Hello Earthlings! Oodles here with yet another video related to theater. So I was trying to think of topics to cover in future videos and something hit me. I should do an entire series on the basics of theater. Obviously, I know that there are thousands of videos like this on YouTube, but I found that almost all of them come from an actor's perspective. I'm not an actor, but I am an avid theater goer. So that's what I'm doing. A series of theater basics for people who just enjoy watching shows rather than getting up on stage themselves. For episode 1, I thought that I should cover the basics of the basics, the theater itself, along with some terms you'll hear me using throughout the remainder of the series. So, let's jump on in. To begin with, let's talk about the basic types of stages you'll see. Not every theater will have the same kind of stage, so I'm going to cover a few common ones. When you think of a Broadway theater, you probably imagine what's called a proscenium. Prosceniums normally have arches and resemble frames, thus creating a frame for the show. Prosceniums are often elaborate, featuring statues, paintings, and other decorations. The next type of stage I'll be talking about is a black box stage. This is probably self-explanatory, but a black box theater is just that, a black box made from rooms painted black and often strung with black curtains. Black box theaters are normally used for smaller productions with very few set pieces. The last type of stage I'm going to discuss in this episode is an arena stage. These stages are seen more often for live music rather than live theater, but I still wanted to include them as they are still sometimes used for theater. An arena stage is a stage surrounded by the audience. These stages are nice because it ensures that almost everyone will have a good view of the performance. Now that we've talked about stages, let's talk about the rest of the theater, or it is sometimes called the house. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on this today because I want to cover it in a future episode. So for now, I'm just going to go over the types of seats. Disclaimer: for this portion of the video, I'm referring to a theater with a proscenium stage. I'm doing this because that is the most common stage for live theater, and I can be more descriptive when talking about the different seating areas. So let's start at the front of the house, closest to the stage. This type of seating is called pit or the orchestra, depending on the theater. This is normally the closest you can possibly sit towards the stage, with the exception of certain shows such as Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812, which allows the audience to actually sit on the stage itself. Occasionally, this may refer to the entire bottom section of the house. Again, this depends on the theater. The second floor of seating in the theater is known as the mezzanine in most cases. The mezzanine is often separated into two sections, the front mezzanine and the rear mezzanine. Depending on the size of the theater, the front mezzanine is normally your best shot at getting the best view of the stage. If you sit in the orchestra or the pit, you may only get to see the bottom part of the stage, which it's not really fun to watch 2 hours of somebody's shoes, even if they are doing some pretty awesome dancing. Lastly, some larger theaters have what are called boxes. These are small areas that are often available only for rich or noteworthy guests in the audience. These give a clear view onto the stage from a high area. I think that I'm going to stop there for today as I don't want episode 1 to be too long. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something, but before I go, I have a question for everyone. Leave in the comments what your very first live show was and how you felt. I can't wait to hear your stories. Mine was a production of Bat Boy. I wasn't crazy about the show, but it cemented my obsession with live theater. Make sure to stay tuned for future episodes. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave us a like or a comment to let us know. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future content. You can also find us on other cool platforms such as Twitter, Twitch, Discord, and Periscope in the description below. Thanks so much. I hope you all have a lovely day.